Yeah, I thought so.
Odonta.
Yeah.
Yeah, call order. Could we call to order the council meeting of January 23rd, 2018? Could we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll for the successor agency, the Housing Authority, the Finance Authority, the Parking Authority, and the City Council?
Yes, a quorum is present for City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, Parking Authority, and Finance Authority.
Any persons present wishing to address the City Council, Successor Agency, or Housing Authority, any item on today's agenda may do so at this time. Hearing no comment, we'll close public comment. Our first order of business is we have a commendation for Jonathan Charles Young. Could you come forward, please, Mr. Young? Right over there by the This is in recognition of your outstanding service. It's our distinct pleasure to recognize Jonathan Young for his outstanding service that has positively impacted the lives of people from all walks of life in our city. We applaud you for your commitment to education and your tremendous efforts to give back to our community known as Inglewood. Your genuine concern for the well-being of others and your dedication to making a positive impact on our society by serving as a role model for our youth are worthy of the highest regard. Now, therefore, be it known that the mayor and council members of the city of Inglewood, California, do hereby recognize Jonathan Young for his exemplary community service. May you have continued success in all your future endeavors. If you tell us a little bit about what you do, I know, but everybody else doesn't.
First of all, thank you, Hootie, for having me speak. So I graduated from Fresno State in fall of 2007 and joined Phi Beta Sigma during my tenure in Fresno. I came through Phi Beta Sigma, the Gamma Xi chapter at Fresno State. I am now a part of the Theta Alpha Sigma chapter in Long Beach, and we conduct several community service events ranging from Thanksgiving drives, Christmas drives. We participate in Toys for Watts. I am currently serving as the advisor for the Sigma Beta Club at Morningside High School, and just several other community service events that we participate in.
Thank you. If you step over there by the City Seal, council and I are going to take a picture with you. As part of this group, right? No. No? Okay. Just a minute, right there. ¿Cómo estamos? ¿Todo bien? Sí, estamos todos bien. Okay, next we have a special presentation for Joey Rodriguez that will be presented by Councilman Morales. But before he gives his presentation, we have a video biography to do right real quick. Okay, 10 seconds. So I have to kill time for 10 seconds.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Well, the Trojans added a very special member to the team this Thursday. His name is Joey Rodriguez, and at the age of 6, he was diagnosed with solid brain tumor cancer. And after multiple surgeries and 17 months of intensive chemotherapy, Joey's now 9 years old, and he's still fighting on. And with the help of a wonderful nonprofit called Friends of Jacqueline, he teamed up with USC, and with all the players there cheering him on Thursday, he sat down with Coach Sark, signed his official letter of intent, and was presented with a game day jersey that matched his favorite player, Cody Kessler. And guys, I have to tell you, I was able to meet Joey and his family, and they're here today watching the game, and what an incredible kid he is. And I say this with full confidence, the Trojans are honored to have him and his family here, and he's going to do his best to make it to every game and to all the practices as well.
Yeah, there are a lot of role models in this building. You know, a lot of people see the players as the role models, and many of them should be. The coaches, maybe people in business. Sean, you're a role model to people. This young man, this little 9-year-old boy, is a role model to me. That is showing true fight. That is showing true perseverance. And the fact that you are here today, Joey, fight on, brother.
Yeah, I couldn't be. I mean, this segment is giving me tingles, man. To have Joey as part of our family now, such a competitor, such a fighter, man. I mean, it means everything to the Trojan family to have someone like Joey part of this family. Him sign the letter. I mean, it couldn't be better. That's exciting as a Trojan fan to watch Joey be part of the team.
Such a special moment for him and his family and for this team. They're planning not only with motivation today, but now they have the inspiration of Joey and his story. So if you see him walking around the sidelines, make sure to cheer him on. He's wearing the number 6 during the whole game, so it's great to have him here.
Joey's here with us today, and so we honor him. I don't know. Go ahead and stand up real quick, Joey. You can sit back down if you feel like it, but I want to. Before we go over, and I'm just gonna, I'll read this, and then we'll go over and take a picture. I know there's a couple of presentations for you. So it says, special commendation presented to Joey Rodriguez, a true champion of courage. It is with great pride and pleasure that the mayor and council members of the city of Inglewood recognize one of its homegrown residents, Joey Rodriguez, for exemplifying the true meaning of courage and fight. He is a living example of what it takes to be a champion in the city of champions, and his positive attitude is not only remarkable, it is inspiring. 5 years ago in 2012, Joey had a headache for a couple of days and woke up vomiting. He had an urgent MRI, which detected a brain tumor. He was only 6 years old and had multiple surgeries within days to remove what they could, but Joey had a solid, inoperable tumor on his brainstem. Joey was treated at Children's Hospital, Los Angeles, where he began 18 months of chemotherapy. The tumor impacted his motor skills, so he was required to take physical and occupational therapy to help him walk again. In 2015, Joey's tumor began growing again, so he went through surgery and was started on a clinical trial. He finished his trial on June 2017, only to find out 4 months later that his tumor had grown and was bigger than it's ever been. In November 2017, he started his chemo clinical trial once again and now has an indefinite date. With all of the side effects of his treatment, symptoms from his brainstem tumor, and emotional moments, Joey has proven to us that he will never give up. This act of courage was further proven by his enthusiasm to get back on trial, because he said that he would do whatever it takes for his life. His positive attitude and faith are unwavering and inspirational, and the city of Inglewood, as a municipality, community, and family, are honored and blessed to have him here today to share his story of fight and courage. Joey, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you'd ever imagined. Don't give up, don't ever give up. Now therefore be it known that the mayor and council members of the city of Inglewood, California, do hereby salute Joey Rodriguez for his attitude, bravery, and unwavering tenacity to bring awareness of brainstem tumors to our community. Congratulations, Joey. And Joey, before we move over for a picture, because we're going to want to take a picture with you, I know the Rams have something they want to present for you.
Hi. On behalf of the Los Angeles Rams, I would like to applaud you, Joey, for your strength, your courage. You're pretty incredible. And it's stories like yours that our players get strength to do well, right? And to be champions. But you are the champion, buddy. You're so strong. It's amazing. So on behalf of the Los Angeles Rams, we have a jersey for you. Back. He's all right.
Come on over, Joey. Hey, go ahead and put it on.
Now Joey's a fan of Batman, and so instead of the normal resolution, now he put together a Batman resolution for him.
Yeah, everybody just wrap around.
Hold on, you guys. We want Councilman Morales if you stand next to him. Yes, please.
Keep it up, buddy. It's right next to me. Thanks for being here, guys.
Stay strong. Stay strong. That's the good fight.
Okay, so next, we have a robotics program at Inglewood High School that has no permanent facilities or place. And Mr. Batista told me about their program, well, I think it was 6 months ago, Mr. Batista. And he said that they were going to enter their first competition and that they needed donations because they're not funded. And I said, if you guys place, I'll match whatever you get in donations. I was kind of stupid. And so they entered the regionals and they placed second. and they got a pledge for 500 donations, and so they're going to come and tell their story right now, and they're going to show you their products, their brain children, and then we'll have a presentation of a $500 check from the mayor. Mr. Batista, could you come forward and go to the microphone and tell us about your charges?
I'd like to say good afternoon to the entire board. Thank you for having us. It's been a tough challenge. Our kids are hard workers. They do what they do. They're students. We don't have a class, not a program. What they do this after school out of their own time. The school buys our parts, and we go participate. Last year we went to Los Angeles Regionals against other schools that have had this program for 10, 8 years, and we come out of nowhere from the fog, and we surprise people. And what's really beautiful about it, when we looked around, other than Compton High School, we were the only kids that were either black or brown. And that's beautiful. Our kids are getting access to programs and to competitions that black and brown kids can't compete given the opportunity. There's the proof. There's no blueprints. You know how you get IKEA furniture and they give you a big old map and it says this hole goes here, this goes over there? No, they have to make that from scratch. They're just given a box of parts and they tell them, look, here's the challenge, figure it out. So they're actually engineers. The computer that he has, our Jalen over there, he actually has to tell the robot what to do. So they're programmers also. These are hobbies that lead into professional fields. I was sold in the program by the mentor who helps us out, and he said this is the only sport where every kid has the opportunity to become a pro. That is so true. You know, and we have 3 kids last year. One's a biomechanical engineer at UCLA. One was offered $29,000 to study mechanical engineer at Tuskegee, Alabama. And one's joined the service. He's going to be working with the drones. So there's a future here. And I went up to the mayor and said, Mayor, you know, we're hurting. You know, when we buy lunch, it comes out of our pocket. You know, we're hurting, Mayor. You know, can you match whatever we can fundraise? And the mayor stepped up. And he said, yes, I will, 6 months ago. I said, okay. All right. So I said, look, Mayor, it says right there, it says must match. And the mayor looks like, oh, yes, it is. I said, we're here. So the man is a man of his word. He's a man of honor. So, Mayor, thank you very much. These are our machines. Those are our kids. And what you see right there are freshmen and sophomores and 1 senior. So the future looks bright. Councilman, each of those kids come from your districts. Jalen, what district are you? 4. Jesus. Chris.
I am District 1.
Yesenia. Yes. So just like the mayor came up, I'm asking the councilman, can you meet the challenge individually? Yeah. Thank you very much, Mayor, for having us.
All right, all right. What we'll do, Mr. Batista. Mr. Batista.
Yes, sir.
Here's what we'll do. I'm going to match your donations right now, and on behalf of the council, I'm going to double what I gave next month, okay? All right? And that way. Okay, and it's on.
And we'll do everything possible to bring more trophies and to put Inglewood in a positive image with every win and every struggle when we go compete.
All right.
Thank you.
Take a picture.
It works. Fully functional robots. We gonna start them up.
We will start them up.
Start them up. Start them up. So what you see is they're giving an obstacle. They say, here's a game, this is the way you score. You gotta move this, you gotta move that. And the thing is, you're not given instructions. You're just told how to score. You have to engineer the problem. I need tele-off. Let's go. So what you see is a a robot they put together in their imagination. Just like Spirit and Freedom that went to Mars and Curiosity that went to Mars. There wasn't a blueprint. They had to figure out the way to score points is to pick up that block and place it somewhere. And they have to use color sensors. That's why those little red and blue balls are called jewels. And they have to move them without touching the remote. So this is what their machines can do. They build from scratch. It's like me giving you a box of Legos, and I say build something that can score. Yes, this victory is winning.
Working on the stadium with those numbers.
Not like battle bots where you go out there and destroy each other. It's all calculated movement. Our school does fund the parts, but for example, we need donations when we need to buy motors or when we have to buy the pizza for the kids. All right, guys, wrap it up.
Come on. Don't do it over here.
Power switch off. Power switch off now.
Melanie. Melanie.
All right, here we go. There it is. All right, on three. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3.
For coming out, guys.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Right before that initiative.
Oh, you go to the lobby. Okay, okay.
No, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna leave.
No, you don't. You just can go off the dais and be in the audience. Item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Move allow payment of the bills.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
City Council, Successor Agency and Housing Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Buds.
Aye. Consent calendar, items 2 through 5.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. DR1 and CSA 2.
Staff report recommending adoption of a resolution approving the recognized obligation payment schedule and the administrative allowance of the City of Inglewood as successor agency to the former Inglewood Redevelopment Agency.
Move 1 and 2.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
City Council and successor agency members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin. Mayor Chairman Buds.
Aye. 01,
Staff report recommending adoption of a resolution number 18-03 to adopt a categorical exemption and approve zoning code amendments to amend Inglewood Municipal Code, Chapter 12, Article 18, to modify private exterior balcony, deck, and patio regulations.
Motion to waive further reading?
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. Move adoption.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. A1.
Thank you, Mayor. There's no oral reports from the City Attorney's Office.
Thank you, sir. CC1.
Yes, Mayor, I just wanted to share that I attended the grand opening of the senior center and personally wanted to thank you guys for such great work, the mayor and city council and staff members that worked so hard for a long and coming senior center, and it is so beautiful. I just had to say that again. That's the end of my remarks. Thank you.
Thank you. CT1. Madam City Treasurer.
Thank you, Mayor. Would like to report to the public and the council that I had 2 million of bonds that were called. So those bonds were invested at 1.8%, and I reinvested those same funds at 2.55 as a Freddie Mac. And also would like to congratulate also the Martin Luther King Committee on another excellent program. That concludes my remarks.
Thank you, Madam City Treasurer. I think we're at CI1.
Yes. Initiative by Mayor James T. Butts Jr. and co-sponsored by Member Ralph L. Franklin, that in accordance with the provisions of ordinance number 16-04, a resolution be adopted renaming the first floor multipurpose room, Sycamore Room, of the newly opened Inglewood Senior Center, the Maxine Waters Room, for as long as any senior center in Inglewood shall exist.
Adoption?
Second.
Council members Dodson.
Madam Clerk.
Aye.
I'm sorry, Dodson, Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Before I cast my vote, I just want to make a brief statement. Congresswoman Maxine Waters is the fifth child of 13 children and has served the city of Inglewood in Congress for the last 26 years. She served as the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus from 1997 to 1998. In 2012, she became the ranking member of the House Financial Services Committee. In July of 2017, she became a viral sensation on social media while questioning the U.S. Secretary of Treasury for not being direct with her by using the phrase, "reclaiming my time," when the Secretary failed to directly answer her questions. She has been a tireless advocate and ally of the city of Inglewood as Inglewood has ascended to new heights never to before be imagined. She has helped the city of Inglewood secure over $20 million in recent years, helping to resurrect our failed residential sound insulation program. We have, between LAWA and FAA, we've received $100 million to do over 4,000 homes. We have the #1 RSI program in the country at this point. Congresswoman Waters helped the city of Inglewood secure $4.5 million in HUD funding, which was used to help fund the $27 million state-of-the-art Inglewood Senior Center. It's fitting and proper that Maxine Waters be recognized in the city of Inglewood for so long as any senior center shall exist. And I vote aye as well. And in keeping with the requirements of the ordinance, a unanimous vote has occurred and the motion is passed.
And Mayor, before the next item, if I could speak?
Yes, you may.
And the next item is one, again, sponsored by Mayor Butts, along with Councilman Padilla, and in contemplation of an honor bestowed on my father and myself. But I will be recusing myself and just allowing the item to by you guys. And all I ask is when I come back that I be allowed a few minutes to speak.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Item CI2.
Initiative by Mayor James T. Butts Jr. and co-sponsor by Councilmember Alex Padilla that in accordance with the provisions of ordinance number 16-04, a resolution be adopted renaming the second floor library area of the newly opened Inglewood Senior Center the Eloy Morales Senior and Junior Library for as long as any senior center in Inglewood shall exist.
Make a motion to adopt.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla.
Now, if I can also say a few words before I cast my vote.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So, look, there's nothing better to do than to pay respect to a family that has done so very much for our community. I want to start off with Eloy Morales Sr. I first met Eloy Morales Sr. 20-something years ago when my kids played soccer, and Mr. Morales ran the soccer fields and coordinated all the activities at, back then, Centinela Park, now Vincent Park. And I got to tell you, he ran a tight ship, but he also loved all the kids, man. And he was everybody's dad. So it didn't matter where you came from. Mr. Morales was dad to everyone there. And so it certainly is an honor to be able to name this library that's at our new senior center for Mr. Morales and for Eloy. Eloy, who worked for many years here at our library in Inglewood. This is where he got his beginning, his start. And they've continued to stay engaged. I mean, Councilman Morales has been on a council member for, I believe, like 15 years. And so it's amazing. And I'm just saying that I'm voting in favor of this because I really believe that they deserve it. And it's such a prestigious opportunity to pay respect to everything they've done for our community. So with that, I vote yes.
Councilman Franklin?
Yes, and before I cast my vote, I too want to echo the longevity that I've gotten to know Eloy Morales Sr. and Eloy Morales Jr. As you know, Councilman Morales and I started the same year in 2003 on this council, and we have been strong brothers ever since. And both his father has become my father, and that we have worked together due diligently to bless the many kids that desire to advance in quality of life, and that he continued to deny himself for the benefit of others. And I just want to thank Eloy Morales Sr. for mentoring both Eloy and myself, as well as embracing this community of unity. And my vote is yes. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay.
Mayor Butts.
Born in, and forgive me if I mangle these pronunciations, it looked like Tendaparqua, Michoacan, Mexico. He came to the U.S. for a better life for his family. That was Eloy Morales Sr. Eloy Morales Sr. started the Youth Soccer League over 30 years ago. Many of the youth that played in that league have gone on to receive scholarships and join their respective national teams. Eloy Morales Sr. started Inglewood's first Hispanic festival at Rogers Park in the early 1980s. It was very successful, but budget cuts closed it in 1997. Eloy Morales Sr. served as a commissioner for many years and was the only Latino at the time a member of the early MLK committee. Eloy Morales Sr. for many years was regarded as the voice of the Latino community here in Inglewood. Eloy Morales Sr. raised 4 children in the city of Inglewood, and all of them have graduated from college. Aside from their undergraduate degrees, there are 2 masters, 1 PhD, and 1 JD in the family, and that's Eloy Morales Jr. Eloy Morales Sr. taught himself how to read and write with no education. And then we come to Eloy Morales Jr. Eloy Morales Jr. Our friend is a senior member of tenure on the Inglewood City Council. Eloy Morales Jr. is the first city council member of Mexican heritage to serve the over 115,000 citizens of Inglewood. Eloy Morales Jr. is a native son of Inglewood, whose first job was serving Inglewood in the main library. He is a historic member of Inglewood, worthy of eternal recognition. In this city, there's only one person of color that's ever been recognized with the naming of a facility or a room, and that's Ed Vincent. There has never been a Latino in the over 100-year history of the city that's ever been recognized. And we have the opportunity today to recognize in perpetuity two great men, Eloy Morales Sr. and Jr., and their names shall be displayed in the library area of any senior center in Inglewood, so long as a senior center shall exist. And with that, I too vote aye, in keeping with the requirements of the ordinance. A unanimous vote of all the members available to vote have passed this initiative. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. I just wanted to speak a little bit. You know, it's funny, but when they surprised me at the senior center, it was surprising. And then I called Jim later that night, and I said, Jim, you know, we all deserve it. All of us here on the dais, I really believe that, just the things we all do. And Jim said, you know, none of us have our fathers that are alive, and you have this opportunity, you know, and we want to do this for you. I'm just so grateful, right? You know, it's funny, but my dad, the thing I most admire is his courage. The hardest part, what he did, was not really knowing the language, but having the courage to show up and make it happen. And I just want to thank everybody who helped him do it. I just noticed Miss Grisby right there. She was one of the original ones who helped him. She was on the original board who allowed him to use the fields. Thank you. So, you know, I hope I get it all out. So I don't have to do this every time. Thank you. Okay. That's it, Mayor.
Nobody brings me a tissue.
No.
Oh, boy. Where the heck are we? Okay, public comment. Any person who wishes to address the city council on any matter connected with city business not elsewhere considered on the agenda may do so at this time.
My name is Alfonso Parker Jr., Vietnam veteran, 66, 67, county subjective. African nations pulling out of the United Nations. Only African nations have been tried at the International Court. The United States was tried as the third terrorist nation in the world. They have done things to our veterans, me and veterans like me. They trash your records. They call your mothers whores and everything else in their fictitious paperwork. Trump talks about fake news. They've been faking veterans' records ever since 1941, the peacetime address. And I don't have to tell you, you've got veterans that you've had these horror stories with. I don't have to testify that. You can testify through your own families. Maxine Waters is the biggest terrorist. She's violated her national security clearance, her international security clearance, by not, especially with my documents and others, but mine particularly in 2009, not turning them documents over to the nearest security department and keeping
Thank you,
guard
Ms.
on
Barker.
them until such time as she's relieved of them.
Thank you,
She's a
Mr.
terrorist
Parker.
and a treason.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Tough follow-up there, but another great day in Inglewood. Time's going. Mayor, Council, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. The Martin Luther King celebration was the third one that my family and I have been a part of, and it was another wonderful experience. The KJLH concert at the Forum was awesome. My name's Owen Smith, and part of the Miracle Theater, and my job right now, my family and I, is to help revitalize Market Street. And in that, we have a Parlor Social show this Saturday. This is Ricky back here from Parlor Social. It's called The Rent Party, and as a way to get Inglewood support going, if you bring an ID that has a zip code, it's a $10 ticket fee. It's a discounted fee, but we're here for the long run and happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On King's Day celebration, Mayor and Councilman, I didn't get a chance to say my story, that beautiful Inglewood and all, but what a event, and on the behalf of the other committee members, we just want to thank you for your support. Also, Mark Rober, who is he's retired from Morningside Church of God in Christ. I gave the information to Councilman Dodson, hoping that the council can put a proclamation together. Here's a young man that's been in our community for 37 years, and I'll be delivering his speech on the first Sunday in March. But again, you see, I'm wearing my ribbon, and why I'm wearing it, because when you walk from Faithful Central to the Forum, your eyebrow and your toenail will hurt. But I love it. God bless you, and we're looking for bigger things next year. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon to the council members and all of the Inglewood representatives. Again, my name is Melvin Howard, and this is the first council meeting I've been to this year. Happy and prosperous New Year to all of you. I think this was meant to be for me, to be here with these young people and their creativity as far as their education is concerned. My concern now is that there is a program at JPL that I worked in during the summer for high school students. And I'd like for those young people and the teachers of science and math to call and write and find out about if it's still in place there, because I haven't been there in years, because I'm retired now. And I'd like to know when the next school board meeting is, so I can attend and hopefully address them, because such a fine program in our schools for our children should be financed through the budget. I mean, the donation's fine, but it should be a budgeted item, and a position should be made and provisions for the students and their families so that they can represent us and themselves in all of these things. There have been plenty of things going up to Mars and all the planets and all of these things. And with the cloud out there that you see, maybe they will be one of the ones
Ms.
that
Howard,
will
we're gonna-
clean up
we're gonna-
our air.
we're gonna have to wrap it
God
up.
bless you all.
Okay, and Ms. Howard, the school board meeting is, I believe, the last Wednesday of every month? Exactly, and it's at 400 South Inglewood Avenue, is it you guys?
Yeah,
400 South Inglewood Avenue, and they do have their own separate budget. Please come forward, Mr. Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council, and staff. I would just like to say congratulations on a very beautiful Martin Luther King Day celebration. Congratulations, Mr. Eloy Morales, to your dad. Thank you for letting me serve you on your reelection campaign. I've known your dad for a few years, and he's a very honorable man. Likes to speak a lot of Spanish, but you can still understand every word he says because he says every word with passion. And you can tell that he cares, like yourself. You are a product of your dad. And I'd like to say we as a city and you as a council, we are all very honored to have you. God bless you and everyone here in the city of Inglewood.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, did you want to address this? Robin Puller Miles, the mayor of the city of Lawndale, mayor of the city of Lawndale. Yeah, exactly, and representing Autumn Burke, or are you coming for Lawndale?
Yes, ma'am. Represent Miss Autumn Burke. He's trying to get me in trouble. You see how I do that? Yes, sir. Honorable Mayor, thank you for allowing me to say a few minutes, and Happy New Year to everyone here in the city of Inglewood and the council and all the staff. And congratulations to my colleague, Councilmember Morales. We kind of grew up in public service. We both worked for the legislature for a number of years. Way before we were even thinking about being elected, we did our time in service in the legislature. So I know about all your good works, and you deserve it. And congratulations. Won't be before you too long. I just want to let you know, Mr. Mayor, that the legislative session had just started, and Assemblywoman Autumn Burke is putting together her legislative package. So we will be briefing the council on the legislative package moving forward. But more importantly, we want to make sure that Inglewood is aware that the Assemblywoman want to work in collaboration with the city of Inglewood on anything that we can do legislatively or regulatorily. You have any ideas that we need to meet with?
She could have Caltrans call us back on our landscape declassification.
Yes, we've been working on the Caltrans issue. We will continue to work on the Caltrans issue. And matter of fact, who should I meet with?
You should meet with me.
I'll meet with you, yes, sir.
Right.
We'll make that happen.
All right. All right, thank you, sir.
Okay.
See, you asked for it. Thank you. All right. Take care.
I still got like 3 minutes.
Oh, you can keep going. We will give you dispensation because.
Yes, sir. And I just want to leave you really quick, Mr. Mayor. We got new brochures in that you might be richer than you actually think you are, because there's a lot of money that the state of California is holding. They may be actually holding your money. About 10 years ago, Mr. Mayor, my wife went on this website, and we had $2,000 that was held in a CD that we forgot all about, and was able to, well, she forgot all about it. And so I'm just going to encourage everyone to take a look at these brochures, and they may have some money that the state of California is holding for you now. Make them available on the table. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Good afternoon, Eric Holly. First of all, congratulations, Councilman Morales, to you and your father. I want to say thank you to the mayor, the council, and also the staff. Even with all the distractions, Inglewood is moving forward in a positive manner, and it's amazing the things that are taking place. I definitely look forward to the many things to come, but things are moving along well, and I think everyone here appreciates it, and definitely people in the community. So thank you again.
Good afternoon, Council. I'm Jim Vaughn. I'm with the CERT group here in Inglewood. I just want to thank the city of Inglewood. I just got a thing newsletter the other day that we do have the alert system coming up. I'm sorry I didn't bring the address for it, but you can contact the local desk, the local information desk downtown, down at the city hall, and they'll put you in charge with getting on the mailing list. It's very important. Police alerts. In respect to that, there was a 7.9 earthquake up in the Gulf of Alaska yesterday. I read an article from FEMA the other day, and earthquakes are on the rise in the United States right now. So it's very important that we keep that alert system up and running. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Agee.
My name's Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood, and proud of it. I want to begin with the senior center, #1 in the world. Inglewood, #1 in the world, all the way. And I want to congratulate general over there for Martin Luther King's birthday celebration. I think that's the best one I've ever attended. And I'm just so proud of this city. Councilman Morales, I know from the get-go, I've been, proud of it. And, we got some more council people up there that's because all of you deserve. I'm just proud of it. I go in and see Melanie, and my nose started running, and I start crying. I don't know, but because I'm just happy, and just keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you, absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, we'll close public comment. Before I turn it over to Councilman Dotson, I made an error. Actually, Eloy and his father are the third and fourth minorities. The second was Willie Agee, because the Willie Agee Playhouse is named after him. So, Councilman Dotson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I'm gonna try to get through mine without having tears and all that, because it to me, I'm on the council at the very right time, at the best time. We did something here today by honoring Mr. Morales, Councilmember Morales, that I've never seen since I've been here. I've been here. He couldn't go to a more deserving person. And that's as far as I'm gonna go, because that's as far as I can go and keep mine. So anyway, moving on, congratulations. District 1, we're having a shredding day on Saturday, February 10th at 9 to 12 at the HICOP Center on 7th in Manchester. So if you got papers you need to destroy, and destroy them safely, bring them by our shredding center on February the 10th. Now, the senior center. What can I possibly say that has not already been said? The only thing I can say is I was chairman of the planning commission when they tore it down, closed it up. That was a sad day. But what I can say is that I was here from the beginning. I'm here for the redirection. And this senior center, by all counts, is the best in Southern California. And that's thanks to the mayor, his leadership, the staff, and this council. I want to do something, and I see Sabrina did not come down here. But I want to do something. Sabrina had to do 2 really big, tough events, back to back. Sure, she has help, she has a staff, but somebody has to lead. And Sabrina put this senior grand opening together. She turned right around and helped put together the Martin Luther King parade and event. It was one of the best I've ever attended. And I want to give props to the chairman of that committee, Mr. Henry Brown. Great job, great job. And please pass on to the rest of your committee members that Councilor Dotson said it was absolutely wonderful. Okay, and Mr. Mayor, I'd like to ask you to close this meeting in honor of Dante Green, a longtime Inglewood resident. He passed on January 1st. With that, I say Inglewood rising. Okay, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and a great rest of your week.
Councilman Padilla,
Great.
District 2.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, I also want to just, again, thank you, Eloy, or rather, congratulations, Eloy, to you and your dad and your family.
Thank you.
You know, because it impacts the whole family too, man, that had to give up having your dad at home during the day and night because he was out here helping our kids and being the community's dad at the soccer fields. Like I said in my comments, that's what I remember. If somebody says, what do you remember about Eloy's dad? He was everybody's dad on the soccer field because, you know, everybody, you know, loved him, and he made sure everybody had fun when they were out there playing on that soccer field. As it relates to the senior center, you know, I want to thank, you know, all city staff. There was so many departments involved that helped make that a success. When I arrived, I knew we were going to have a turnout, but man, we had a turnout. I mean, that whole block was standing room only. And so I want to thank the city manager and his folks also for helping make that a huge success. It was tremendous. The smile on the seniors' faces said it all. They didn't have to say a word. Just the look of awe on their faces as they walked in and looked around. And when they, you know, just saw everything that was there, again, no words had to be said. So congratulations to the seniors for now finally having their senior center. As far as the MLK event, it was great being able to enjoy the kickoff at Faithful Central and then to be able to march to the forum. That's part of the excitement, part of the fun. And again, a thank you to the chair, Henry Brown, for keeping your committee focused and for putting together another, I think it was the 35th annual, so congratulations on that. I also had an opportunity to go to Wilder's Charter Prep Academy School right here on La Brea off of Plymouth to celebrate the academic achievements of the students there. Amazing how much these kids have as it relates to knowledge and talent and their ability to communicate. You know, we're in good hands if you look at the future of our society with our children. I had the pleasure of attending the Rotary Club event this afternoon, and I want to thank them for their commitment and for their service to our community here in Inglewood. And it really is good to have that bond and that relationship with our service organizations, such as the Rotary Club. I'm actually, Eloy, looking forward to the ribbon cutting for your library there. So please make sure that we know, because I want everybody there to support the ribbon cutting for Mr. Morales and for Eloy. With that being said, the mayor and I had an opportunity, unfortunately, to attend the funeral of a dear friend of ours this past Saturday. It was a gentleman, a friend, a dear friend that we worked with for over 30 years at the Santa Monica Police Department, John Henry, who passed away due to cancer. So, Mayor, I'm asking that you please close today's session in his memory as well. The mayor had a chance to work with John Henry when he lateraled from Santa Monica to Inglewood in what, 1974, 5?
And he came in 1975, yes.
75, and then went back to Inglewood or Santa Monica shortly thereafter. And as luck would have it, the mayor went to Santa Monica and was our chief of police and got to work with John Henry for over 15 years there as well. So with that, please close on the memory of John Henry Sr. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Franklin, before you speak, I want to make an observation that this will be the first meeting that goes past 3 o'clock that Eloy Morales will not bust my
That's your
chops over, all right? Councilman Morales, I'm Councilman Franklin.
But we will not make this a trendsetter, right? On a serious note, I just want to reach out to my friend, personal friend, Eloy Morales Jr., and it's amazing on how when we had the MLK event and we fought the good fight of faith And you heard Martin Luther King's speech talk about, my eyes have seen the glory of the Lord. And that he's seen the promised land, and he may not be there when we get there, he may not be with us when we get there, but we are going to get there. Councilman Morales and his father have seen the promised land. They have identified what it was like to be a person of color, to identify that there was a transition from the whites leaving Inglewood to the blacks moving in, and then the browns moving in for acceptance. And through his willingness to emerge to the top, he made sure, Senior made sure that Junior had a quality of life in the city of Inglewood and his family. And I just want to commend you for that as well. Also, I do want to acknowledge that the Senior Center, that I was amazed to see the residents of the city of Inglewood show up and showed out. They came in droves to identify that, yes, I want to be living when this door opens. And they came in droves to be the first to enter and to see their senior center, and they pledged to treat it as home. They will take care of it. And then finally, I do want to acknowledge that District 4 will be having the town hall meeting tomorrow night from 6:30 to 8:30 at the Hollywood Park Casino in the Breeders' Cup Room. The mayor has agreed to be one of our speakers that will be there. If you want to know anything about the city of Inglewood and updates about the city of Inglewood, I encourage you to show up and let's show out. Thank you very much.
Starts at 6, is that right, Councilman? 6:30. Councilman Eloy Morales.
Thank you. And, you know, I'll keep it brief, but I couldn't get through some of my comments I had meant to say. But one thing I wanted to say was that my parents now, when they describe Inglewood and the move to Inglewood, when we moved to Inglewood, we were in Venice, California, but Venice wasn't what it was today. But they couldn't afford to buy in Venice, they bought here. And everybody told us, you know, not to move to Inglewood. You know, it was supposed to be a bad place, dangerous place. My parents did it, and it's beautiful to hear them tell that story because they speak of Inglewood so highly now, you know, that it was good for our family, and it was. So I just want to close with that before I get sobbing again, but I want to say that the senior center was awesome. It was worth waiting for, and I can't believe, you know, we finally got it done. And a lot of it is the leadership that came in with Jim and the other guys. That was the difference maker. And then the Martin Luther King Day, which is one of the most blessed days of the city every year. So I was just glad to be part of it. So with that, thank you so much. Thank you guys again.
You're welcome. Real briefly, the Senior Center, what struck me about it was when we opened the doors and all the seniors came pouring in, it was reminiscent to me what it must have been when Moses parted the Red Sea for the Israelites to escape the Philistines. They could not believe that something that nice was done for them. They could not imagine that. And for them to have the first big thing of all the big things that are coming, nothing could be better. And not to be nostalgic, but I don't want the history of today to be lost on anybody. I'm going to talk briefly about John Henry. John Henry was a black man. He was a Marine Corps DI. He left Santa Monica in 1975. I had come on in September of 1974, and I just got out of the academy. And because John Henry was a lateral, he didn't have to go to the academy, and we were working here together. And very sharp, you know, impeccable appearance, impeccable physique, great cop. And I asked him, I said, why did you come here from Santa Monica? He said, well, you know, it's like all white over there, and it's pretty racist. And I heard there's a lot of activity over here. I said, well, John, there's a lot of activity over here, but let me give you a news flash. I'm number 7, and you're number 8, and the number of blacks that are on this department. And I don't know what it was like there, but it couldn't have been much worse. And so John was here for 11 months, and he went back to Santa Monica. So I fast forward to 1991, and I'm 37 years old, and I'm the chief of police in Santa Monica. And we're in this little bitty old building that they have there, police building. And I'm leaving out of my office at 10 o'clock one night, and I hear somebody behind me say, "Is that number 7? Well, now you're number 1," meaning I was the first black chief in Santa Monica. And I turn around, and it's John Henry. When he left here, you know, I said, well, until we meet again. So then we were together 15 years in Santa Monica. Now I'm the one that's leaving, going to the airport. And when I had my retirement celebration, he came up to me and he said, number 7, until we meet again. And so on Saturday, you know, I told number 8 for the last time, until we meet again. So what I'm saying is there's a lot of history as it relates to the minority experience in Inglewood. And that's why it shouldn't be lost on anybody that today what has happened is history, because the first Latino family has been recognized, rightfully so, and we were all here for it. And with that, I'm going to close the meeting. No, I'm not going to close the meeting. We have the year in review video before we close the meeting. So, Mr. Bunn, would you play it for me?
The football capital of the state of California.
In less than 1 year, we've gone from having no NFL teams to 2.
When Inglewood wins, the region wins.
There's never been a prouder moment since I've been in Inglewood.
We feel like we're reaching something that we were meant to be.
We're getting ready to win a bunch of games the next few years.
The vision for this stadium is far more than a stadium. It's an entertainment complex that I think is going to set a new standard.
Dr. Martin Luther King did so much for the world, you know, because he had such an impact on people's lives and made people believe in themselves. And it doesn't matter the color of your skin. What matters is what you bring to the table, the diversity that we all have to offer.
These kids need to understand and know who Martin Luther King was, know what he was about.
We've been one of the first cities who actually brought about this holiday. We do a celebration beforehand, including a lot of school kids coming in and doing their speech contest. We connect our city to the actual holiday every time before we actually go out there in March.
We have to keep celebrating Black history so that our kids will learn our history.
We're here today to commission the grand opening of Champions Field. These fields cost us a little bit over $2 million. We're a combination of city funds and grants. And this is just emblematic of the new Inglewood as we improve and grow every single day.
Awesome to have an awesome park for kids to play in, you know, soccer, football, I mean, you name it, you know, and just come out here to the community and, you know, just to give back and you know, just you know, develop relationships with the community is very important for the Chargers and us, and we want to continue building that relationship.
We have negotiated, and the Girl Scouts of America are moving their headquarters from Marina del Rey to Inglewood to the old VFW building.
We all have an opportunity to choose who we want to be. We all have an opportunity to write our story. Every choice that we make dictates how people see us.
think Earth Day is a great way of not only educating young folks, but old folks like myself, the importance of water conservation, protecting our air, protecting our trees, and understanding we're all a part of this environment.
Earth Day is personal to me because this was my opportunity of teaching my granddaughter and now my grandson about planting and being able to start their own garden, and we'll be harvesting a little bit later tomorrow, in fact, as we do our Easter egg hunt. But the fact is that I wanted the children to understand that you need the water, sun, and the nurturing of seeing your products go. So I want people to understand what you consume and where does it come from.
Water reliability is really the issue. I know that the governor has lifted the emergency status for the state in terms of water, but we still have to conserve water. That's the message.
I think this is the type of garden that should not only be enjoyed during the day, but also late in the evening. As people walk from City Hall or the library or anywhere around here, they can enjoy this garden.
We are a community, and we can build each other up, and we can help each other do more than survive by just being kind to each other.
Just to be among survivors is a blessing. You know, like she said, we all have been touched by this disease. And just to be here to support them and to just rally behind them is important.
I decided within myself that I will not let cancer have me. Instead, I will beat it.
Our top story, the Clippers could be making a fast break for Inglewood.
I think you all, if you live in Inglewood, should be very, very proud of your city and your administration.
We're doing so many things here in Inglewood with development that's going to improve our quality of life as well.
Inglewood Mayor James Butt says professional sports teams are transforming his city.
Our sales taxes are up. Our business license applications are up. Property values have gone up over 100%.
At Platinum Cuts Barbershop, a few blocks from City Hall, even the Laker fans are smiling.
I believe it's good for the community and create a lot of jobs.
When you grow up in Inglewood, you always know that Inglewood had this great potential. When you work in Inglewood, you know, man, this is a great potential here. When is it going to happen? But even back then, at the beginning, we had big visions for the city of Inglewood. And I can tell you, we didn't envision 2 NFL teams and now contemplating an arena for NBA basketball. We didn't envision some of the things that are happening, but it's here, and we're very proud of the fact that it's here.
Thank you so much for being here to celebrate our community's new refurbished field.
We had a vision. First, that Dodgers RBI would be at all 3 locations in the city of Inglewood. And second, that we would bring Dodgers Dream Fields to the city of Inglewood. And I have to say, it is really exciting to see that vision come through today.
It's great to see everybody out here. You know, on behalf of myself and my wife and our family, we're so happy to be here, so thankful for the opportunity to be a part of this Dream Field and this opportunity here in Inglewood.
One of the great things about baseball, and you guys should remember this, is that baseball is equal opportunity. The people that put the blood, sweat, and tears into it and have the ability, they're the ones that perform. And that's what's happened in the city of Inglewood. We put our blood, sweat, and tears in the city, and now the city is performing.
Great day. Got a lot of people out here. This is a time when everybody come out, relax, have a good time, and it's no pomps and ceremony, okay? This is all for the neighborhood. This is all for the people who live in my community. You got entertainment, you got food, you got fun, you got games, we got basketball. If you didn't come, you missed it. So make sure you don't miss it next year.
This is actually my second year of judging out here for the chili cook-off. It has been a great time. We've had a great time. Great chili. Those that participated, they did an outstanding job. But I must say that back-to-back chili as far as the winner, man, wonderful.
This year was our 4th year of putting this community event together, and it was a huge success. Why? Because of our community that came out to support everything we're doing here in Inglewood.
Here we are at the right place at the right time, developing more housing, affordable housing for our community. And it's particularly relevant to me that since next year I'll be a senior, that I'll have a place to live.
while this is great that we're adding 40 units, our city has a history of taking care of its seniors and providing affordable units to our community.
I'm Dr. Brian Coffey, the principal of Kelso Elementary School, and we just completed a really fun event, Walk to School Day.
Walk to School Day is promoting health for our students. We're trying to end obesity and get our kids out and moving, active 60 minutes a day.
So we're here at Crozier School to celebrate Hispanic heritage and to celebrate all the good things that we have going on, specifically here in the city of Inglewood.
I feel like it brings us all together and, you know, just to show how proud we are of who we are.
I'm just here enjoying a day with these beautiful cars, this lovely event that was put on by the community. Alex Padilla, it's a great thing to have the community come out and share this day with us. Food, friends, and family.
We say partnership! 1, 2, 3, partnership!
They have vested interest now in Warren Lane. Not only the land, but the community itself, because they come out here, they work with these guys and these ladies, and they'll see the fruits of their product right away.
We take the time to take care of all of our residents, and so we have about probably 2,000 people here. They got turkeys, trimmings, and everything you can think of to make their Thanksgiving wonderful and blessed. This is another great day in the city of Inglewood.
Nuts roasting on an open fire.
I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus.
3, 2, 1. This year, 2017, not only do we have the Rams come, we have the Chargers announced they're going to come in 2020. The Clippers want to build an arena down in Century and Prairie. The LA Philharmonic is buying the old bank building from us, and they're going to locate their youth orchestra program here in Inglewood. Frank Gehry is going to redesign the building, and the Girl Scouts of America have announced they're leaving Marina Del Rey to make Inglewood their regional headquarters. This is reflective of a city on the move, and Inglewood is on the move in all areas and all facets.
Elar Morales, you know, he just you know, made a statement to me. You know, before we captured our history haphazard, and then we created a videographer position, and Thomas Bunn occupied it, and he's here 7 days a week capturing our history. And he and Melanie edited that video that you saw, but we want to say, Thomas, thank you very much for capturing our history. And before I close, I really would like to get the perspective of actually the senior elected official in this city, and that's Wanda Brown, of where you think of us and where we've come from.
I'm usually not speechless, but I tell you, we are indeed a city of champions. You know, we have just come so far until I'm just so very proud of our residents, of our council, of our employees. We're just the best of the best.
Thank you. And with that, we're going to close the council meeting in the memory of Donta Green and John Henry, number 8. We're adjourned.
Hey, cousin. I thought you relocated out you're right. One way. What is it?
Working on 2019 already. Hey, I know you are. It's going to be better than that.